Right, so the last procedure of the weekend is Juve Eyes. So I'm going to inject this around my eyes. It came with a 32 gauge 4mm needle attached to the side of it. I've already numbed my eyes with this Wales Cane Plus that I got from Ace Cosm. I got this from either Ace Cosm or Glam Cosm. I can't quite remember. I think this was Ace Cosm. And I used a surgical marker that I also got from one of those too. And I've tried my best to, anything I've seen that's kind of purpley or greeny, whatever, I just kind of marked a little line to try and see if I can avoid anywhere. And I alcohol swabbed. So yeah, when I wiped all the thing off and then I used alcohol swabs to clean it, but also make sure you keep your eyes closed when you do it because all the fumes from the alcohol. And this is the packet. So and I did spray these scissors with alcohol as well. Anything you're going to touch, make sure you at least soak it in alcohol, spray it with alcohol, you know, clean it down. Because if you're going to be touching it, it might be dirty. Right, and there it is. That's very weird. I thought it would have some kind of lid on it that you could peel it off. It just looks like it's a complete flat end. The black thing does look, you can see the plastic screws. You see my specs, which I also cleaned with alcohol. Ah, okay. It looks like it's a solid piece of plastic, but it's actually not. So that top part of it, you just unscrew it and then it'll pop off. Yeah, and it's got kind of rubber inside it. And then the needle just screws in the top. Yikes. And even though it's massive, it's only 4 mils, so it only goes to about there. And it's 32 gauge, so it's really small. So there's 2 mils in here. I'm just going to do 1 mil on each eye, or at least maybe just a bit less than 1 mil. I'll just kind of play it by ear. And then any left over, I'm going to inject my hands. Because Juve Eyes does say, I think on the website, I'll see if I can remember to put a picture up or something. And you can use it on eyes, hands, face, body, anywhere. I mean, it's because all it is salmon sperm. Well, DNA took from salmon sperm, and it's just a hydrogenator, so it's not a filler or anything. So still quite scary though. So let's put this little thing. Make sure you've got a sharp spin. Put this little rubbish. Just put anything you're not using in that bin. So I've got my alcohol, got little swabs and stuff already. Don't need any of those things. So look, can you see it? Very small. And it's just very superficial. And I think with normally injecting, you want to peel out a little bit to see if there's any blood if you get in a vein, but I don't think I have to do that. So let's just get a way out here first, just to give it a test. Can you see? Yeah. Well, actually, before I start injecting, But yeah. So I think it felt a bit awkward injecting it like you would like in a cartoon. But I think holding it like that, I seem to have more control over it rather than just plunging. Because when I was doing that in the test, it felt like it wasn't so easy to come out. But yeah, so holding it like that might be a bit easier. But we'll see. Oops. And nothing even came out, so I wasn't even holding it right. Ugh. Right. Making a bit of a dog's dinner of this. I'm not actually, can't feel anything. So good. So I've used almost nothing because like, the little balls are like tiny, and the little balls that are there that you probably can't even see on camera will absorb away. Scary stuff. Well, so at least I'm getting a bit better at it now. So you can start The balls are getting bigger. But at least, I can't even cross my legs. I'm sorry, cushion. And I don't say this often, but I am glad it's a little one. Dun, 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 dun. And the reason that you see me holding it on this is I've found that when I'm injecting or pulling it off, there's a tendency to like stretch the skin when you're pulling, kind of pull away. So at least this holds it in there. Because even when I've watched people do it online as well, you see them kind of like stretching the skin as they're kind of like pulling it out, and it looked a bit gross and horrible. So my main concern, my eyes are quite sunken anyway. So any kind of plumpness and juiciness kind of in there, because it's not a filler, it's only a hydrogenator. So, and this bit, because like I really struggle wearing like concealer because it just goes all crepey and horrible. So at least hopefully this might solve that. Like 6 out. And the bit on here, my eye isn't like the worst. Like I do have, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, a wee bit, but kind of like discoloration coming out there. But for the most part, it's not too crepey. This bit is quite crepey. When I'm wearing like foundation or concealer or anything, I have to end up just avoiding that area and just leave myself with panda eyes, because if I try to put concealer, because my eyes are really sunken. Like share. I should hurry up actually, because not too sure how long the numbing cream actually lasts. Although that said, I just tried and failed to thread my lips, and the numbing cream's kind of wore off, but I can still feel it. I mean, don't know whether how resistant it would be to pain, but it's still, they're not back to normal. And this I started as soon as I ended that failed threading attempt. So it's like 40 minutes ago or something. Oh, stay there. So I've used 1/2 mil, it looks like so far. And you can see the bumps when I kind of shade them that bit. So I need to try and do some more right in here. I think there's some in there already. Let's try just here. So there's potentially a few spots still there I can do, but let's switch to the other eye. Sorry, I keep looking at the screen. Oh, it's a bit weird. Oh, can I even do that? You know, I'm gonna have to still keep it in that hand. Did I even get any in? Yes. Right. Don't even think that went in. I just noticed the face I was doing. So let's throw that bit of gauze away, get a fresh one. So that's me down to 1 mil left. So I'm halfway through it. Well, the volume. That was snazzy. Should I try? I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummy. And apologies, I simply can't stop doing that face. That's quite tricksy. It really does. Last two felt like loads was going in, but then there's no bulb, so I'm not so sure what I did. Yeah, it's still coming out. By just taking my time, making sure my elbows are on the desk as well, so I'll get proper. And that's why I'm kind of getting this as well, for proper stability, because you don't want to let slip your elbow and then scorch your eyeball, or hit a vein and then you get black eyes. Sometimes, I'm not even sure if the needles went in. Let's try to use the shadows in this terrible lighting to at least see all the bee bumps. And you're meant to do treatments, 3 treatments, 4 weeks apart, I think. And as well, just stretch my face a little bit, try and see if I can like spot any vines, so I don't get black eyes. Oops. And try to focus a little bit just on this area of the under eye, like this kind of bit here and here, because that's the bit that kind of gets quite creepy. At least there's balls everywhere. Balls everywhere, balls everywhere, balls, balls everywhere, balls. Ouch. And I think I might just stop, because I've got half a mil left, and then I might use that half mil on my hands. So I'll use a fresh needle, but I'll just put the lid, I just pulled it down a little bit to stop it all oozing out, and then I put this on just now just to stop it. But I've got loads of spare needles, because the spare ones I got were 4mm anyway. I've got 32 gauge and 30 gauge, so I'll just put on the one that's the exact same as this. I'll numb up my hands afterwards and then inject my hands as we test. So it's only half a mil. I'll see how it goes, because I think that's fine for now. I don't want to go over the top, because it's always better to just do little and then see how it goes. There's a temptation with these things to just go kind of tits to the wall. So that's it. That's all. Oh, and one thing, talking about collagen, because I had also not really sort of marched to this one, because all the threads I just did the threads here and the boom threads there, I did get marine collagen tablets and collagen serum. Whether these actually do anything, who knows? But this collagen serum, these face facts, at least in the UK on Amazon, is dirt cheap. I mean, all this stuff is proper rubbish, but if you want really basic product, like, because I use loads of fancy serums and homemade things and stuff, a moisturizer, you just need a basic moisturizer, you know, hard worker. And so their moisturizer, so like this serum was like £2 or £3 or something, and all the moisturizers are cheap. The eye creams, they don't have a sunblock on me, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the things like don't have percentages on them. The vitamin C, I think, didn't have percentages, because it is just a very basic product, but it's super cheap. But the collagen molecule was really big, so most of these so-called collagen serums and creams and stuff don't do much, because they only get in the very kind of top few layers of skin. They can't get very deep at all. But if you double dip with some collagen supplements, again, whether these being dissolved in your stomach is actually going to make their way to my glabella and help my threads, who knows? But they're both very cheap and they're on Amazon, so you could just get some. And as well, a lot of the collagen supplements were quite annoying. They were quite weak, or you had to take them 3 times a day. You're like, nah. This one was 12,000 1200 milligrams, and it's only one a day. I mean, they're really chalky and disgusting, and they get a tendency to stick in your throat and choke you, but cheap. So get them, get collagen serum, especially if it is just a super cheap one like this, because collagen serums tend to be quite expensive. Again, because this is cheap, it probably doesn't have much in it, but it doesn't matter. At least you might be helping your threads a little bit. Not that you should be doing any this at home anyway, because it's silly. But yeah, the pen was quite handy actually. At least I went and just stood in the window and looked like a psychopath to the neighbours and drew little bits. So hopefully, touch wood, I won't have any black eyes. Plus, when I seen the awesome Skin Deep Beauty by Nikki doing it, she used a whole syringe as well, and her balls were really big. But yeah, no, so I kind of didn't feel as if they were as big as hers. I think she went up here. I mean, I did actually numb up here as well, just in case I was going to, and I came down here. But I'd rather just do a wee bit, and, you know, rather than kind of going right in. Because I thought it was going to freak me out, actually, had the needle right by my eyes. Because the first few times I watched her video, my palms were sweating and my stomach was turning, and that was just from watching her doing the video before I'd even decided on it. But actually watching her video was actually helpful, because it kind of numbed me a little bit and kind of like desensitized me. So yeah, no, that was good. And because it's a tiny wee needle, it was not bad. So yeah, my procedure's all done for the weekend. I'm massively glad. Kind of sad that my threading ones failed though. I tried to put in some 25mm down here, just couldn't get it in. Tried to go up here, couldn't get it in. Tried there, couldn't get it up. It didn't feel right. It just felt really horrible. Now I did use loads of numbing cream on the outside and kind of on the inside of the lips, so I thought it would have just been, unlike here where there's not much flesh, I think maybe that's why it didn't feel right, because here and here they kind of went in okay. I mean, this did feel different to that one, which was much easier actually on places where you don't have much fat. And I don't know why, because obviously I don't have fat lips or rubbish. So, but I might do some research, try again, maybe get some 12 mils and just go poof, like in the way. Is that the Russian lip job? I can't remember. But you know, because I was hoping just to get some wee threads, just there, a little one across. I mean, just simple, just kind of on the vermilion border. But yeah, it just didn't work. I'll look into it again, maybe give it another go at some point. But at least I'm glad the eyes are done. I was quite stressed, because that's one of the most expensive products I got actually, this Juve Eyes. Not that I can actually remember how much it was. Same with the boom threads, they were very expensive. Well, in comparison to the other threads, I think they were like $140 for the boom threads, maybe. Can't remember. But the normal little kind of screw threads, only like $20 for a pack of 20. So nice and cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. So yep, that's me all done. I can hopefully chillax now and not be stressed that I've got any more things, although my face is looking a mess. It's because I've been battered and bruised and stressed all weekend. Poor me. And I'm covered in puncture holes. Ay, ay, ay. Right. Arrivederci. Bye bye.